And we're live, guys. I hope you're doing well. My name is Teacher Luke, and welcome to this English lesson. Today, we're going to talk about English pronunciation, specifically linking in English pronunciation. So, when we think about English pronunciation in sentences, rather than single words, then we can think about things such as connected speech, linking, weak forms, all of these really interesting and fun aspects of English pronunciation. Today's lesson, we're just going to focus on linking. So we'll look at how to link consonants to consonants, vowels to vowels, and also consonants to vowels. 3 aspects of linking. It'll be a very fun lesson. I'll give you lots of sentences to practice, as well as some useful explanations. So yeah, let's get into it. So let me just check if everyone is here. We have 9 people already. Guys, if you're here in the chat, say hi to everyone. I hope the connection is good today. Last week the connection was a bit poor, so I hope today is good. Imran says hello. Hi Imran, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Uzil says hello. Hi Uzil, good to see you. Minjong says hi guys. Hi Minjong. Nisa says hello from Turkey. And Carlos says hi guys. Carlos is from the Basque country and he's looking forward to this selection, so that's good. And the connection is spot on. Thanks man, thanks for letting me know. Okay, I hope you guys are having a good week. How's everything going for you guys? Let me get my PowerPoint ready. Lullaby says hi, good morning. Okay guys, so let's start this, and then at the end we'll do a Q&A session. So yes, like I said, today we're going to do linking. We'll give you first some explanations, then some practice, and then we can have an English Q&A session where you can ask me any questions you have about English language, English pronunciation, grammar, language learning, and I'll do my best to help you. Maurizio says hi. Hi Maurizio, hope you're doing well. Okay, so then let's start. So like I said, today's lesson is about linking. You can see that from the thumbnail I put up, my nice picture of myself. I find it very hard to pose for photos, but okay, so let's start. So firstly, English speakers do not speak word by word. You all know that. I'm sure that's the same for many languages. In English, we run our words together. And we run our words together. That means we kind of we link the last sound of one word to the beginning sound of another word when we can. And we use different forms of connected speech in order to run our words together to make it smoother. If we spoke word by word, it would sound very robotic and very difficult to understand. Second language learners. Now, this is a little bit different. So for you guys who are learning a second language, you don't necessarily have to use linking or these complicated forms of pronunciation, because if you speak slower and word by word, everyone can understand you, and being understood is of course the main purpose of speaking, not really to sound smooth. However, learning things like linking will help you, one, to sound smoother when you're speaking, but more importantly, it'll help you with your listening skills. So you'll be able to listen much smoother if you're very aware of English pronunciation features. So yeah, let's look at some examples then. So in this lesson, I'm going to show you a few guidelines for linking or connecting. Some people call linking connecting, that's fine. For linking words, which will help you to speak more naturally and smoothly. So let's start with the first part, consonants to vowels. So this is the easiest form of linking, and I'm sure this happens in a lot of other languages too. I am living in Korea and I learn Korean whenever I can, and Korean has linking for consonants to vowels. I'm sure lots of languages too. English does, of course. So firstly, I want you to listen and repeat after me at your home or wherever you are, these sentences, and see if you can notice the linking. Where does the linking take place? So, listen and repeat after me. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? One more time. What do you think about it? So, of course here, I made it easier for you because I made it red, but of course here, the think and about, those words get linked together. Because think, what's the last sound? The last sound is k, which is a consonant, and about, the first sound is a, which is, of course, a vowel. So the last consonant, as in think, links to the vowel. Listen again. Think about it. Think about it. What do you think about it? So guys, if you are by yourself, you can speak after me. What do you think about it? So this is one example. Let me say hi to everyone who's just come here. So we have Kishore from India. Hi. And also we have Yoonjung Cha from Japan. Hi. Hiya. Your name sounds Korean. Are you Korean or are you Japanese? Even though you're in Japan. Lolly Lolly says hello. And Lullaby says new topic. That's good. Okay, next example. How do you feel about it? Oh, sorry. How do you feel about? Should be it. Sorry. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? So again, here we have the last consonant sound, which is L in feel, and about, the first vowel is A. So we have feel about. How do you feel about? Yoonjung says, Korean, living in Japan. That sounds cool. I live in Korea too, and I love Japan. So lucky you. So listen, guys, you can repeat after me. How do you feel about it? Feel about it. How do you feel about it? Next example could be, would anyone like to answer? So would anyone like to answer? Would anyone like to answer? So again, the last consonant sound in would is d, and the first vowel sound in anyone is e, and they link together. And lastly, we have here, I love someone else. I love someone else. Don't say that to your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. But anyway, I love someone else. Someone, the last consonant sound is an N. Not in the spelling. The spelling is E. But when we are speaking, the last consonant sound, someone, is N. And the first vowel sound in else is E. So, someone else. All together, I love someone else. So these are some easy examples. This is the easiest one when linking consonant to vowel, and this happens all the time, and I'm pretty sure it happens in lots and lots of other languages too. Like I said, I'm learning Korean, and this definitely happens in Korean. Let's quickly some questions. Lullaby Memo says, so we connect I with B directly? I'm not sure what you mean. So in this one, Lullaby, we're linking consonants to vowels. So first is a consonant and second is a vowel. K to a, L to a, D to a, and N to e. So these are consonants to vowels. Okay, and a quick tip for you. So to do this smoothly, you can keep your voice going. So try not to stop between words. So you can say, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's crack on becomes let's crack on. Let's crack on. So these are examples of linking. This is very common. Oh, Lullaby says L to I. Yes. Yes, L to I could link too. If you have a word that ended in L and the next word beginning with I, they would link. Okay, quick practice for you guys. I want you to say this out loud and write it in the chat. Where is the linking in these sentences? So go ahead, write it in the chat room. And I hope you're all having a good day, by the way. If you're new to my live lessons, thank you for joining. We have 20 students. Wow, this is quite high for me. If you have any friends that are learning English, please tell them about my lessons. They can join too. One second. Okay, there we are. Okay, so guys, you can write in the chat. Yoonjung Cha, are you writing yours in the chat too? And we have Imran, Mirajan, Nadim. Hi guys, I hope you're all doing really well today. Thank you for joining this lesson. If you're just arriving to this lesson, we're doing linking today. We're going to do a study, practice, study, practice, study, practice, and then a Q&A. Okay, so let's go through the answers. So here's what we have. So we can say, where is he? So we can link where, because that ends in an R sound in most pronunciations. Where is he? Where is he? Then we have this one, number 2. Don't laugh at me. So laugh, the last sound is f, and at obviously is a vowel, a. So laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. And then number 3, with, the last sound in with is th, and us, the first sound in us is a. So we link that together. Are you with us? Are you with us? So this is linking number 1, consonant to vowel. This is the easiest one, like I mentioned. So I hope you are understanding and following this okay. Let me know in the chat, does linking like this, consonant to vowel, happen in your first language? Like I said, I'm studying Korean, and I know this does happen in Korean. How about in your language? I know we have Indian, Spanish, French, Vietnamese as well. You is here. Hi, you. Hope you're doing well. You guys, does this happen in your L1 as well? Let us know in the chat. It'll be very interesting for us to know this. Okay, let me know in the chat, and we'll move on to number 2. So the second form of linking is vowel to vowel. Now this one is a little bit more difficult, so we'll go through this a little bit slower. Lolly says, yes, in French linking does happen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. How about in Spanish and Vietnamese and maybe Indian language, whatever language you speak in India? Raman, I'll answer questions later. Maurizio says, and where is the stress on? Is it on the last sound? Where is he? Yes, so for example, stress, where is he? Where is he? Yes, the last vowel. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Well, in this case, laugh at me. Fat me gets the stress. Are you with us? Are you with us? Yes, this also gets the stress. So yes, Maurizio, the stress is on the last sound. Good question. Okay, yes, so guys, you are writing in the chat if your language has linking, and a lot of you are saying yes, it does. So that's interesting. So French, Serbian does, Arabic, not exactly, but it has diphthongs, which is a kind of a blending of vowels, right? And you says in Vietnamese you don't have linking. Interesting. And Carlos says in Spanish he's not sure, but perhaps that they have elision. And elision is another form of pronunciation. I won't talk about elision today. Elision is basically when sounds drop and you remove some sounds. For example, what did I do? Like if a sound's like don't tap something, you don't say don't tap. If there are two sounds that are similar, you drop one of them. That's what elision is. But that's not for today's lesson. Okay, so let's move on to linking with vowel to vowel. This one's a little bit more tricky. So when a word ends in a vowel and the following word starts in a vowel, usually we link it with a w or a y sound in between the two words. So, one more time. When a word ends in a vowel and the following word also starts... So when the word ends in a vowel and the following word also starts with a vowel, a w or a y can be inserted to link the two words together. This is sometimes called intrusive w or intrusive y. We also, in British English, we have an intrusive R sound, but I won't talk about that today because it gets a little bit complicated. So listen to repeat after me. Where is the link in here? So we have, who are you? Who are you? How often do you study? How often do you study? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? So did you notice any linking here with the words which end in a vowel and begin in a vowel? I'll do it one more time. Who are you? Who are you? How often do you study? How often do you study? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? So you might have noticed in these examples, actually there is a linking w sound in between these two words, because who ends in a vowel and are starts in a vowel, and we can't really say those words smoothly without inserting some sort of consonant sound like a w or a y. So one more time. Who are you? Who are you? How often do you study? How often do you study? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? So there's a w sound in between these words. I think this is quite unique, I think, to English. We have an extra w sound. How about these three here? Listen closely to how I say these three. She is amazing. She is amazing. I agree. I agree. Can you give me an example? Can you give me an example? One more time. She is amazing. I agree. Can you give me an example? Okay, so in these ones we actually have a linking y sound, a y sound in between the words which end in a vowel and start with a vowel. So she is amazing. I agree. Can you give me an example? Give me an example. So there are two types of vowel to vowel linking. Typically in most English we have w and y. The rule is if a vowel in the first word ends in a round vowel, so your mouth is more round, like who or how or do, they're quite round, then the linking is a w. Who are you? How often? Do you agree? You agree. If the last vowel in the word is more long, like a e or I or me, then it's more likely to take a y sound. So she is amazing. I agree. Can you give me an example? So this is linking vowel to vowel. Okay, your turn. What is the linking sound between these two words? Can you write it in the chat? So remember the rule. Round vowel, w. Long vowel, like this, is more like a y. So write in the chat, what's the answer? What is the linking sound? Okay, Mirana says blue eyes with a w. Right. Rose, hi Rose, hope you're doing well. One is w. Eleanor says hi. Hi Eleanor, hope you're doing well. Okay, I think you guys are doing very well. Yunjung Cha, that is correct. Well done. Carlos, yes, number one is wa, right. By the way, everyone, if you're not following me on social media, you can follow me at these places here. So we have Your Teacher Luke on Instagram, Your Teacher Luke on Twitter, and also Learn English Like a Pro on Facebook. I'm not very active on social media anymore, but you can still follow me there if you want to. Okay, guys, let's check these answers. All right, so yeah, I hope you got these correct. So we have one is blue eyes, blue eyes. Blue, oo, is more of a round vowel, so it takes the linking is more likely to be a w. Blue eyes. Try again. Try is a long vowel, so it's a y linking. Try again. 3 is a go. O is also a long vowel, so go ahead, go ahead. And she, E, is a long vowel, so it takes a ya sound. Okay, so that's linking vowel to vowel. Now let's take a look at consonant to consonant. Now this one is a little bit more complicated again. This is the most complicated form. We call it linking, but another name, if you want to be a bit more specific, is assimilation. So if you want to Google, if you're interested in English pronunciation and you want to Google more examples for consonant to consonant, you can Google assimilation. Assimilation, consonant to consonant, is a much bigger topic than other forms of linking. So I'm just going to show you some simple examples, and then maybe next week or the week after next, I will do a whole lesson on assimilation, because there are many aspects to it, and it's too much to cover just for today. So I'll show you give you a basic explanation of assimilation, and then in a couple of weeks I'll do a lesson on just assimilation. Oops, my phone. Sorry, God. All right. Oh, so. Okay. So let's take a look. So linking consonant to consonants. Mariana said assimilation is a big topic in her language as well. Yeah, I think it probably is in lots of languages. So, okay, linking consonant to consonant, also known as assimilation. So, listen to how I say these word combinations, and listen if you can hear any assimilation. So we have individually, that person, but we don't speak like that. Instead, we'll say that person, that person. Next one, good boy. You say good boy, good boy. To a dog, normally. Good boy or good girl. And then we have, is she ready? Is she ready? Is she ready? And then that class, we have that class, that class. So this is just a simple example of assimilation. So it would be pronounced like this. That person becomes more like that person, that person, that person. The t sound is quite difficult to say if the next consonant is a p. That person, that's very tricky to say. So what happens is that t sound gets assimilated, that means gets changed or becomes adapted to this forward consonant sound. So it becomes more like that person. Same for this one. Good boy. Good boy is pretty hard, but to make it a bit easier for ourselves, we say good boy, good boy. So it's almost like almost two B sounds. Good boy. And then lastly, thirdly, we have is she ready? Is she? It is quite tricky to say again, so instead we assimilate the z sound to is she? Is she ready? Is she ready yet? And lastly, that class, so t and k sound, they get assimilated to become that class, that class. So these are some examples of assimilation. This is what we call backwards assimilation, or more specifically, I think we call it reduced assimilation, but basically backwards assimilation, because the first consonant in the second word goes backwards and changes the last consonant in the first word. So it becomes a difference, almost like it becomes adapted to that consonant. So that person, good boy, is she ready? That class. So these are some examples of consonant to consonant assimilation. But like I said, this is a big topic, so these are just some very simple examples. One day, soon, I promise, I will do a whole lesson just on assimilation, which, yes, mixes sounds, right, Lullaby? It mixes sounds. Hi, Heidi, I hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. I haven't seen you for a long time. Okay, so typically, this assimilation is involved with these consonants. T, d, n, s, z. So if your first word ends in one of these consonants, t, d, z, and t again, then it usually assimilates and becomes very similar to the next consonant in the next word. So one more time. That person. T here gets assimilated to become that person. Good boy, good boy, good boy. D gets assimilated with b. Is she ready? Z sound gets assimilated with sh. So is she ready? And again t and k here. So t gets assimilated to become that class. So this is basic linking consonant to consonant, and like I said, I'll do another lesson on this in the future. Okay, that's all. So this is English pronunciation linking in a nutshell, very, very brief, but I hope this was helpful for you. Now I will gladly take any of your English questions for the next 20 minutes or so. If it can be about pronunciation like this, or it could be any topic, learning language or vocabulary or grammar, anything you have. So write your questions in the chat and I will do my best to get back to you. How many? We're 24. Wow, 24 people. That's excellent. Thank you all for watching this live lesson. I hope it was helpful. I do live lessons once a week. I will do one next Tuesday, the same time as this, which is 7:30 a.m. GMT. But GMT is a little bit confusing, so 8:30 London time, 4:30 Korea and Japan time, and the rest in between. Okay guys, so if you have any English questions, please let me know in the chat. And I hope everyone is safe still. I think the coronavirus is still a big issue in many, many countries. So yeah, I hope you guys are all being safe. I'm in South Korea and it got a lot better, but then suddenly became a little bit worse again over the weekend. So we're a bit worried about that, but right now I think it's okay. Okay, so let's go through with lots of questions. Okay, so let me go through one by one. Lullaby says, my question, I think I overused this and that. How to solve it? Does that, Lullaby, do you mean you say this and that too much? Is that your question? Let me know and I'll come back to you. But is that what the point is? You say this and that too often? Mirajana says, what is the correct pronunciation of that word? It is mischievous. There are two ways, mischievous, or mischievous. Some people say there are two ways, so people kind of mix it a little bit. Mischievous or mischievous. Carlos had a question about glottal stops. Glottal stops are a little bit different, Carlos. That's not an example of glottal stop, no. No, glottal stops are a feature of some British English pronunciation, but to be honest, I'm not completely sure about my knowledge on glottal stops, so I'll let you know more on that later. Okay, Heidi says, I'm not sure about the use of issue and problem. Oh, good question. Okay, Heidi, issue and problem can be the same thing, like for example the coronavirus issue or this coronavirus problem. Issue is a bit more formal and it's used for more serious things. So that they can be used for the same thing, but if you use the word issue, it shows a bit more seriousness than problem. Problem is just general. So you can say the coronavirus issue or some issue in your country. But they have the same meaning. It's just about the strongness. Ozil says, I heard many songs sauce? Ozil, I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Sauce can have many meanings. So like sauce, the thing you put on your food. Or it could be like saucy, which means like sexy. I'm not sure, Ozil. You have to let me know a sentence, please. Eleanor says, please advise me on an online dictionary where you can find phrasal verbs. Yes, I'll type it in the box here. I like this dictionary, Oxford's Learner's Dictionary. Yeah, OxfordLearnersDictionary.com is my favorite. They have many phrasal verbs in there, so that would be a very useful dictionary you can use to find phrasal verbs. OxfordLearnersDictionary.com. Okay, next question. Both are correct, yes. Good question, though. Oh, okay, so Lullaby says she uses this and that too often. I'm not sure if you use it too often because they are very common words, Lullaby. So, like this thing or that thing, or what do you want? I want this, I want that. So I don't really know how to answer your question. I think you can use them as many times as you want because they're just useful ways to express yourself. So I don't think you're using it too much. If you stop using this or that, you say the item. Like, not I want this, but I want a coffee, I want a pen, whatever it is. Maurizio, that would be thought. Thought. Like to thought something. Yeah, right, that's a good word. To thought something means to prevent something. So something like, let me think of an example. It's quite technical, usually for technical things, like the CIA thwarted an attack, a cyber attack. Yeah, the CIA used technology to thwart a cyber attack from, I don't know, Russia or China, whatever. So yeah, that's a good word. Thought. It's similar to the past tense of think. Thought and thought. They're almost the same. It's a good word, yes. Imran says, lesson 4, reporting. It is important, right? So do you mean like reported speech? Like Heidi said that she wanted to go somewhere? Or Eleanor suggested that we do something? Like, is that what you mean, Imran? Reported speech? Because yes, I can do a lesson on reported speech one day. That's not a problem. Okay, guys. Any more questions for today? Minjong says, do I have any recommendations for English books? Minjong, do you mean English study books, or do you mean English novels to read for fun? What do you mean exactly? Imran, reported. Yes, okay. Imran, I'll do a lesson on reported speech in the future, maybe in 2 or 3 weeks. Minjog says novel or something. Okay. It depends on what you are interested in. I like fantasy and sci-fi and some kind of historical fiction. So, but to be honest, Minjong, I think, just finding novels that you are particularly interested in would be the best. So it's difficult to give a recommendation exactly. I'm trying to think of a book I read recently. Do you like history? Like historical fiction? Like history novels? Because if you do, I really like the books The Last Kingdom. They're also a Netflix TV show as well, but the books are really good. The Last Kingdom. They're quite short as well, so they're fun and exciting, and also quite short books, so that's useful for second language learners to read short books because you can finish them a bit quicker. So, if not, sci-fi book. I like sci-fi, science fiction. I read a book called The Player of Games, and that was really great, but it was very long. It took me ages to finish it. Yeah, those are my favorites. So, also a book my students are reading nowadays is Wonder, and it was a movie, a very cute movie as well, but they're reading that as their reading homework in my university. So Wonder is a really good book because it's actually very touching and very emotional, but also pretty simple to read. So Wonder is really nice. I recommend that. Uzil says, what does it mean, I'm balling? I'm balling. That means like you're doing great. Like he's really great at something. So like you can say, Ronaldo is balling at football at the moment, or he's balling, like he's really, really good. It's slang. Kids say that. I'm in my 30s, so I don't say that, but kids say that. Thank you, Rose. Hope you have a nice day too. Mirjana said, talking about reporter speech, I often hear in films that is common conversation, they don't follow the rules. I'm not sure exactly, Mirjana. I haven't noticed that myself, but possibly. English, like every language, it's very flexible. Like, you don't have to exactly follow the rules to be able to communicate properly and effectively. And a lot of times we don't follow rules when we're speaking just to make our language simpler and quicker to speak. So maybe. Uzil said, what does it mean by triple? Or trippy. Trippy. If something is trippy, it means that it's a little bit crazy and hard to understand. It's trippy. To trip is a word which means to be high on drugs. So if you're very high on drugs, you could say, I'm tripping. So if you think like that, if something is trippy, it means that it's very difficult to understand or very unique in that way. Heidi, is Ernest Hemingway difficult for English learners? Yeah, probably. Probably. I mean, it depends on your level and how much time you have in order to, read and understand. But yeah, probably difficult. I think there are easier and maybe better books you can read rather than Ernest Hemingway. But if you like Ernest Hemingway, then go ahead and try. But probably quite difficult. Lullaby says, will I do another live lesson next week? Yes, I'll do a live lesson every single Tuesday at the same time. I teach many lessons these days at my university, so I don't have much time, but I have time on Tuesday afternoon, so I'll do a live lesson then. Okay, and another question. Mirjana says, I've read One Day, better than a movie. Okay, that's a good recommendation. One Day. Guys, if you want to read that book, that would be really awesome. Thank you for the recommendation. Eleanor says, thank you. Thank you very much, Eleanor. Hope you have a nice day. Maurizio says, I heard in the movies jammy on jammies. How many meanings are there for this expression? Okay, so jammies are your pajamas, the clothes you wear to bed. They can also be your jammies. That's more of a casual, childish way to say pajamas, my jammies. To be jammy at something means to be very lucky. So if I passed my test when I was in school, but I didn't study, my friends could say, wow, you were very jammy. Right, you're very lucky. Jammy is, it's kind of a slang term, so you'll hear children and kids say this, but adults don't use it that much. I think those are the two meanings. Hi you, hope you're doing well. You says, I'm confused with these adverbs. Definitely, absolutely, totally, completely. What is the difference? I usually choose the wrong one when I do homework. Alright, so firstly, they have those adverbs have more in common than they have differences. They are used to show emphasis. They're adverbs of emphasis. I definitely agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. I completely agree with you. They all have the same meaning, which is to show more emphasis. The difference... So definitely means like 100% correct. Difference. I don't think there's much difference. I'm not sure if you have the sentence for your homework, which you got wrong, but to be honest, I don't think there's much difference in these. So if I said, you are totally correct, you are completely correct, absolutely, definitely correct, they almost have the same meaning. So I'm not sure. Maybe in some special situations they have different meanings, but for mostly I think they have the same meaning. Uzil says, what it means, pull up with the Gucci. Uzil, are you listening to rap songs or something? Pull up with the Gucci. I don't really know what that means, but I can guess. So to pull up means to park your car. So to meet someone, you pull up to meet someone. Gucci is something expensive, right? Gucci bag, Gucci clothes. So I guess it means pull up with something expensive or pull up with something luxury, I guess. But it's not very common. I guess that's a very creative way to express that. Heidi says that yes, she's happy to hear that Hemingway is quite difficult to read. Yeah, it is for sure. They're not easy books. Those are books you read. We read in England at university, so it's quite university level books. So yeah, for sure, it's not an easy book to read. But if you enjoy it, definitely carry on. And it's actually it's amazing you can read that in a second language. I'm learning Korean, and Korean is okay, like intermediate level, but I can't read that level book, so it's really impressive that you can do that. Should be very proud of yourself. Okay, guys, let's have one more question, and then I should go home because I have a baby at home that who's waiting for me. My baby is only 10 weeks old. Can you imagine that? She's very cute, but takes up all my time. Yes, Miriana said Oscar Wilde's Tales for Children could be good. That's great. Yeah, and you can also find graded readers which have these amazing stories in a bit more simplified English. It's called a graded reader. So if you Google graded, I'll type it for you. If you Google graded readers with the story you want to read, you can find it at different levels. So you can read the great stories, but with a bit more simplified English. Uzil says, what does stuck with your means mean? So your means means your money, like how your lifestyle. So I can say you should live within your means. So you should only spend the money that you make. You shouldn't live above your level. So stuck with your means means you're stuck at a particular level, financially, usually. Thank you, Lullaby. Eleanor says, do I know this writer, Nicholas Sparks? No, I don't. I guess it's a he. Has he written any famous novels we might know? Personally, I like historical books and science fiction books. That's just my taste. Thank you, everyone's saying congratulations to me. Thank you. Yes, my beautiful baby girl. She's 10 weeks old. I'll show you a picture. I'll just put it to the screen. This was her yesterday. Can you see this? Yeah, she's very cute and playful. But she also likes to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not sleeping too much these days. Okay, everyone, I think I will wrap up this live English lesson. Thank you all for watching. Thank you. Yes, she is cute. I'll do another lesson next Tuesday. I think I'll do a vocabulary lesson on Tuesday for you guys. So tune in, same time next Tuesday, and tell your friends, please. The more people that can join this live lesson, the better. If lots of people keep coming, I'll keep doing it, and I'll try to do it more frequently. Yeah, thank you, Minjong, for watching. Thank you, Uzil. Thank you, Heidi, Miriana, Carlos. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope this was helpful for you. Yeah, okay. Have a great day. See you all. Stay safe. Don't go outside much. Thank you.